Dobrodošle gledalke in gledalci v oddaji Teden v EU. Danes vas pozivam, da odkrito razmislite o morebitnih težavah, s katerimi se soočate. Imate občutek, da vaš zdravnik ni pravičen, da vaša voda ni pitna, da vas na občini recimo nihče ne posluša, da ne morete doseči ničesar. Preko spleta na portalu Sporočam EU, ki deluje v okviru uradne spletne strani, lahko v lastnem jeziku napišete, kaj vas zanima, moti oziroma kaj je narobe. Vaš glas bo slišan in napotili vas bodo k pristojni instituciji, ki ureja zadeve naprej. Vedite, da se stvari mnogokrat ne popravijo same od sebe. Zato bodite vztrajni, odločni in povejte na glas. Evropski parlament bo prvič glasoval za revizijo, s katero se bo proračun Evropske unije lahko prilagajal hitro spreminjajoči se resničnosti. Evropski poslanci si želijo več prožnosti pri uporabi sredstev, še zlasti v nujnih primerih.
For the EU to do what it said it would, money is crucial. The Multi-Annual Financial Framework, or MFF, is the Union's 7-year budget. The 28 member states contribute to the pot, making up around 1% of the bloc's gross national income. Money goes to 6 EU policy areas, from growth to global action, with a buffer amount for unforeseen cases. The framework also ensures that the EU does not spend more than it receives and sticks to the plan. But 7 years is a long time. Times change. The European Parliament is voting this year on the first ever MFF revision that will make the budget more flexible and open to changes.
Il y avait un décalage entre les grandes politiques annoncées, migration, sécurité, investissement, jeunesse, et le petit budget rikiki à côté.
More money will go to tackling migration, security and external border control, to stimulating growth and creating jobs, and it will be flexible enough to pool funds for emergencies.
This is about the normal life. So if we have better protected borders, is it important for the concrete person? Absolutely, yes. His life will be safer, better. So this is about citizens.
The bottom line for the European Parliament: if the EU is to do more, it needs a bigger pot.
Na dnevnem redu za prihodnji teden. Rdeče črte za Brexit, priporočila za varnejše in čistejše avtomobile, potovanje brez viza za Ukrajince in roaming.
Now that the long road to Brexit has officially begun, MEPs will set out their conditions for approving the separation deal between the EU and the UK. After leaky silicone breast implants and faulty hip replacements, it's time to take a closer look at medical devices. MEPs will vote on how to make procedures safer. The car emissions scandal has revealed that a European monitoring agency is direly needed, and tests on the road should trump those made in labs. Parliament will set out its recommendations. Ukrainians can plan for summer holidays in Europe. MEPs will vote on granting them visa-free access to the EU. And how much should phone companies charge each other abroad? Parliament will seal the deal and end roaming charges for consumers this summer.
Odločitev francoskega proizvajalca prsnih vsadkov PIP, da za svoje izdelke uporabi nevarne gele, je le en primer nedavnih škandalov v zvezi z medicinskimi pripomočki. Evropski parlament si želi večjega nadzora nad industrijo. Nova zakonodaja uvaja strožje predpise in spodbuja inovacije. In hitro diagnostični medicinski pripomočki omogočajo boljše zdravljenje in izboljšujejo zdravje državljanov Evropske unije.
In a fateful turn for the medical industry, the PIP scandal exploded on the scene. The French breast implant manufacturer was accused of inserting a dangerous gel into the chests of nearly 400,000 women across the globe.
Il était constitué, ce gel, de silicone industriel, c'est-à-dire pour les ordinateurs, même pour les moteurs de voitures. Donc, en aucune manière, ce gel n'aurait dû se trouver dans des prothèses et encore moins dans le corps de ces femmes.
Nevertheless, the PIP company, the third-ranking producer of prosthetics in the world, had managed to get its products certified by a well-known notified body.
Lorsqu'une société veut mettre sur le marché un dispositif médical, que ce soit une seringue, que ce soit même une prothèse mammaire, elle est obligée d'obtenir, c'est l'Europe qui lui impose, une certification. C'est-à-dire que ce produit est conforme à un cahier des charges, une liste à vérifier et à cocher par le tiers certificateur.
A spate of similar medical scandals has encouraged the European Union to react to better define the legal framework governing medical devices.
The goal of the medical devices regulation is primarily and absolutely to make sure that patients are safe. And I think there's another part of this story which is really important, that we have a medical devices industry in Europe which is incredibly innovative. So it was with that in mind that we looked at this regulation to see, could we design a new piece of legislation that looked after patients and promoted innovation in the industry in a very safe way for all of us.
The medical device industry is a major economic player in Europe, employing 575,000 people in the EU and achieving €100 billion per year in total sales. The goal of the new regulations is to protect this key sector and, most importantly, the health of the many citizens that it serves.
How do we do that? We are insisting under this regulation that notified bodies need to have the necessary skills so that they can do the job that they are being asked to do, and that they also, in addition to how they work now, carry out unannounced inspections. So look, what we're talking about here is greater scrutiny and greater scrutiny.
That's how the European Parliament wants to improve regulation in both medical devices and in vitro diagnostic devices that have an important place in our daily life.
In vitro Diagnostik Medizinprodukte sind alle Tests, die uns helfen, eine Krankheit zu erkennen und besser zu behandeln. Die VD-Verordnung wird oft als kleine Schwester der Medizinprodukteverordnung angesehen. Aber eigentlich ist es die Mutter. Denn bevor ich eine Therapie durchführe, eine Operation, ein Medikament oder auch ein Medizinprodukt einsetze, muss ich erstmal wissen, was hat der Mensch eigentlich. Und dafür brauchen wir diese Diagnostik-Medizinprodukte. Und auch die müssen besser werden.
My view of this regulation is rebuild trust. Greater surveillance, greater checks at every point in the chain, so that all of us will have access now and in the future to these incredible devices that save lives.
Nekatere stvari v življenju so precenjene. Državljanstvo Evropske unije ni ena izmed njih. Biti državljan Evropske unije odpira svojim prebivalcem več kot samo meje. Življenje si lahko ustvarite v drugi državi Evropske unije, v katerikoli državi članice imate pravico kot študent, delavec, iskalec delovnega mesta ali upokojenec. V vaši novi domovini imate tudi priložnost, da si ustvarite družino v vašem domu.
As a national of an EU country, you are automatically an EU citizen. EU citizenship comes with lots of benefits, such as the right to move and reside anywhere in the EU, subject to certain conditions. This means your home can be anywhere in the EU. You can stay in any EU country for up to 3 months. All you need is a valid ID card or passport. In case you decide to settle down for more than 3 months, then you simply need to register as a resident. The requirements will differ depending on the country and on the reason for your stay. As a worker, once you have proof of employment, you're free to stay as long as you want. As a job seeker, you can move to another EU country for up to 6 months. As a pensioner, you enjoy the right to live in any EU country. All you need is health insurance and proof you have the means to support yourself. As a student, the same conditions apply, as long as you are enrolled at an approved school or university. Your EU citizenship comes with additional rights. In fact, your family can join you in your new EU country. And you have the right to vote and be a candidate for local and European elections. After 5 years of legally residing in another EU country, you can apply for permanent residency. You are always at home in the EU.
Po skoraj letu dni preiskav želi parlament več evropskega nadzora in novih testov za odpravo nepravilnosti v pregledih proizvajalca in preprečevanja goljufij glede ravni izpustov vozil.
2 years ago, consumers around the world were horrified to learn their cars polluted up to 40 times more than promised. After nearly a year of investigation into the tentacular Volkswagen emissions scandal, the European Parliament can now definitively say what went wrong.
The facts were there. The fact that these cars polluted much more than they were allowed to do. But we did not, well, the Commission did not, and the Member States did not go and investigate what went wrong.
The Member States were very, very weak in their implementation of European law. They were more focusing on the interest of national car industry than the interests of the normal citizens and air quality.
The solution? More European oversight, more information for consumers, and new tests on the road.
Wir wollen, dass jetzt eine bessere Luftqualität ermöglicht wird, indem die Grenzwerte auch im realen Fahrbetrieb eingehalten wird. Und da ist, glaube ich, der erste Schritt, dass wir dieses RDE, die Real Driving Emissions, einführen. Da sind wir auf einem guten Weg.
Legislation voted through Parliament this week binds member states to test at least 1 out of every 5 cars on the road. The Commission would also have more power to audit national surveillance authorities and do controls directly if needed.
They will get the information. Once they get the information, if they don't act, the European Parliament and civil society is going to say, why are you not dealing with this? And the whole system is designed to make it easier for that information to get to them, so there's no excuse from the Commission if they don't act.
Pa je še en teden za nami. Do prihodnjič vas lepo pozdravljam in želim mirne velikonočne praznike.